Guys are having a decent morning here with Cloudflare being down. Didn't know how big of a cause it could have. Everyone's freaking out. So I hope you guys are doing okay. I'm going to jump right into my short watch list for today. The markets, they're not really they're not even breaking down yet. I mean, this is just a very normal pullback right into these clear levels. But I don't see many setups out there. We're actually gapping a bit down below these keys, but most of what I have, is outside of the tech basket. They're names that are kind of holding up for now. Things could change every day, but Garden Health had earnings gap, a couple weeks back. Now it's just building a little bit of higher lows, tightening up here. If the market's going to be very weak, I doubt that these things actually do anything, but I still like to keep my eyes on these names and see, how things do. I don't want to just sit on my couch with my feet up. So I'm still going to keep in touch with, what's holding up and doing well. And GH is one. GRAL is another that had their earnings last week, ended up just giving back that pivot attempt. But now it's just kind of pushing back up. So another one in that diagnostics space with GH. PPTA, it was a clean trender, pulling back a little bit, and I'm just looking for this potential pivot back through this trend line. And then American Eagle, just slowly grinding up here, kind of just holding here. So over 18, potential move back up. I mean, pretty much just, I guess, building out similar to KSS, both kind of in that same space. So I don't know how much room this really has to go, but I don't know. Just what I'm seeing out there, which really isn't anything, nothing exciting. I'm going to pass it right over to Josh.
Yep. Good morning. I kind of agree with Judah's thoughts that there's very few long setups for on the momentum side of things on my end. So I'm going to be looking at some of these inverse ETFs in case we do speed up on the downside. The QQQ and the SPY and the IWM, just the macro indices, have just been kind of steadily fading off. And I wouldn't be surprised if they speed up. So I'm going to be looking at SQQQ for a trend day. If this wants to build out after the first 10, 20, 30 minutes, if this can kind of trend up all day and maybe speed up, maybe we have a trade here. RGTZ, I'm going to wait a little bit. This had a really nice move from recently the 15s to 32. Kind of tried to pull back a little bit yesterday, but kind of the same thoughts here. If we stay heavy, you could see more volatility to the upside here. And then TSLZ, I'm going to be watching as the inverse Tesla. If Tesla wants to fade off, if this market gets heavier, I will be watching. On the long side of things, Google is really the only name that I'm interested in. I just do not have a lot of long, momentum setups right now. But the fact that Buffett or Berkshire is in here, and they really are still kind of leading the AI race. And on top of that, just, it's the best looking mega cap chart that I have. So if the market does want to find a bid, I want to be with what's strong and what has had recent news, and what's relevant. So I'll be watching Google for a potential move higher. But that's it, and passing this right along to Emil.
All right. Morning, everyone. For me, this morning is going to be OLMA. These guys had a price target rise this morning, and this thing went ballistic. So now we have some sort of a backside since broke under previous levels. So at this stage, for me, it's either going to have some pops against 30 area in order to be interested in a short. I'm not going to, despite the fact that the range is still appealing, I'm not going to short weakness. So by the time it's going to unfold, and even if it's going to go lower, I'm going to watch pretty much these levels. to be broken, and then I'm going to watch to these highs in order to get involved. So if it's going to stay at these levels or it's going to push after the open into 30 area, I'm going to be interested. I'm going to keep a wider risk here, and having the stop at pretty much high of the day. Then looking at PLTR, it's pretty much beaten up right now. It's not looking that appealing, but what I'm interested in, it's either have a washout versus Friday lows, and then if it's going to find some sort of a base there, I'm going to be interested to have a bounce rate and then have a very tight risk, slightly lower than Friday lows. So ideally a washout towards 163 after the open, then looking for a bounce. Oracle, pretty much same thing here. Daily, more or less same thing. I do not have here the 200 SMA, but it's pretty much at these levels. This one had a nice bounce on Friday. Yesterday had an inside day. So at this stage, it's either going to, in order to be interested, like I said, same plan like on Palantir, looking for a washout versus Friday lows. And then if it's going to, find some sort of support, I'm going to be interested in a bounce trade. And then I'm going to keep the risk slightly under, or if it's just going to stay here, I'm going to be interested to buy pretty much yesterday highs break. And also looking at Cloudflare this morning, a lot of pressure so far. We shall see if they are going to fix the problem or it's just going to slide lower after the open. So looking for pops, and then if their issues still continue, then I'm looking for more unwind after the open. But if they are going to fix it, then most likely looking to see if this one is going to bounce back. And the last one I'm watching, it's a small cap, it's Canf. Nothing here. It's going sideways and the range is not that appealing. But if it's going to push back against pre-market highs or slightly higher after the open, and even better during mid-morning, so after 10 a.m., then I am going to watch this one for a short. Other than that, I'm just going to leave it alone and pretty much waiting for a better setup. So yeah, that's what I have for today. Good luck, guys.
Yep. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Emil. Hope you guys have a